ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा। भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता
संस्कृति का वैभव जग में सबसे न्यारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
भारतीय संस्कृति का वैभव जग में सबसे न्यारा। ज्ञान और विज्ञान यहीं से सबने पाया सारा, सबने पाया सारा। कुछ भूलों से हारा फिर से जीते देश हमारा। गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
मधुरं नयनं मधुरं हसितं मधुरं हृदयं मधुरं गमनं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
वचनं मधुरं चरितं मधुरं वसनं मधुरं वलितं मधुरं चलितं मधुरं भ्रमितं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
वेणुर्मधुरो रेणुर्मधुराः पाणिर्मधुराः पादौ मधुरौ नृत्यं मधुरं सख्यं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
गीतं मधुरं पीतं मधुरं भुक्तं मधुरं सुप्तं मधुरं रूपं मधुरं तिलकं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
तरणं मधुरं तरणं मधुरं हरणं मधुरं स्मरणं मधुरं वमितं मधुरं शमितं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
कुञ्जा मधुरा माला मधुरा यमुना मधुरा वीची मधुरा सलिलं मधुरं कमलं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मनु मुकुरु सुधारी वरनउ रघुवर विमल जसु जोदायकु फलचारी बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेस विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीसति लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे कांधे मूज जनेऊ साजे शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज संवारे लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुबीर हरषि उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरतहि सम भाई सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावे अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा जम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सकै कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर है सब जग जाना जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु लील्योताहि मधुर फल जानू प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माही जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज संहारो आपे तीनों लोक हाँकते कांपे भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे चारों जुग पर ताप तुम्हारा है पर सिद्ध जगत उजियारा साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता असवर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे अंत काल रघुबर पुर जाई जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई और देवता चित्तन धरई हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा की जय नाथ हृदय महडेरा पवन तनय संकट हरना मंगल मूर्ति रूप राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सुर भूप सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय।
सच्चिदानन्दं वासुदेवं व्रजप्रियं धर्मसंस्थापकं वीरं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा। ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा, भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
भारतीय संस्कृति का वैभव जग में सबसे न्यारा,
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
भारतीय संस्कृति का वैभव जग में सबसे न्यारा, ज्ञान और विज्ञान यहीं से सबने पाया सारा, सबने पाया सारा। कुछ भूलों से हारा फिर से जीते देश हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
Jai Shri Krishna to all awakened souls, to every sadhaka whose heart yearns for the divine. Behold this hallowed ground where sacred breaths intertwine and devotion like a lotus unfurls its petals. Here wisdom's gentle current flows, nourishing every seeking spirit. With hearts overflowing, we bow before the boundless grace of Yogeshwar Bhagavan Shri Krishna, the supreme conductor of cosmic harmony, and our guiding star, Param Pujya Swamiji Shri Govinda Dev Giriji Maharaj, whose very presence bathes this assembly in divine light. On behalf of Geeta Pariwar, I, Manasvi Sharma, extend a heartfelt embrace to each one of you, luminous voyagers on the path of truth, gathered beneath the auspicious canopy of the second half of the 7th chapter of Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā. May this moment be a sacred pause in the symphony of your lives. Let us now, with unified breath, weave a prayer, a melody of universal well-being, a heartfelt yearning for peace to ripple through every atom of creation. For this sacred offering, we invite a voice imbued with the essence of devotion, Harita Manthena Didi from Hyderabad, who joined Geeta Pariwar in July 2021 and is providing her invaluable services as a technical assistant and core trainer. Didi, may the nectar of your prayer transform this space into an ocean of profound adoration for Bhagavan. Jai Shri Krishna Didi.
वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णौ वन्दे जगद्गुरुं, कृष्णौ वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। जय श्री कृष्ण।
Didi, your prayer has not merely touched but purified the very well springs of our hearts. We are eternally bound by this moment of grace. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts. And now, to kindle the sacred fire of knowledge, we embark upon the deep Prajawalan, the lighting of the Deepak. In the timeless Sanatan Sanskriti, the Deepak is more than a flame. It is a whisper from eternity, an embodiment of radiant knowledge, vibrant light, and boundless positivity. Its gentle flicker reminds us, just as light banishes the deepest night, so too can the flame of wisdom and goodwill dispel the shadows of ignorance and negativity that may cloud our inner skies. For this sacred act, we lovingly invite Shwetambari Prajapati Didi from Uttar Pradesh, who joined Geeta Pariwar in April 2023 and pours her devotion into her services as a technical assistant and core trainer. Didi, with your gentle touch, awaken this auspicious Deepak before Bhagavan. May its divine luminescence shower us with his blessings, igniting within our hearts a new dawn of enthusiasm and inspiration. Jai Shri Krishna Didi.
निषिद्धैरप्येभिर्लुलितमकरन्दो मधुकरैः करैरिन्दोरन्तश्छुरित इव सम्भिन्नमुकुलः विधत्तां सिद्धिन्नो नयनसुभगामस्य सदसः प्रकीर्णः पुष्पाणां हरिचरणयोरञ्जलिरयम् शरदिन्दुनिभां शुभ्रवस्त्रैरलङ्कृतां कलहंसकृतावासां वरदां शारदां नुमः.
Didi, from the depths of my being, I thank you for adorning this sacred space with the divine light of the Deepak. Now, I'd like to share some important announcements. We are having the most exciting Geeta Maitri Milan in Vishakhapatnam on 1st of June, Sunday. I request you from the bottom of my heart to arrive in large numbers so that the program may be successful. Secondly, I request you to share the link of these interpretation sessions with your near and dear ones so that they can also be enlightened by the divine knowledge of Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā. And now, the moment for which our souls have yearned, the very heart of our gathering to partake of the ambrosial words of the Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā, to guide us into this sacred Ganga of knowledge, I respectfully and with utmost humility invite our most esteemed and senior trainer Shraddha ji Raodeo Didi, a beacon of wisdom, her spirit a vessel of unwavering devotion. As a cherished disciple of Swamiji, her spiritual journey has blossomed like a sacred garden, blessed by Pujya Swamiji himself. She holds the esteemed title of the President of Geeta Pariwar, Hyderabad, where she actively serves as a resident of Bhagyanagar, Hyderabad. Didi's dedication to spiritual education is extensive. She has been associated with Geeta Pariwar's online Geeta classes, OGC, since its second batch in August 2020. A pioneer in her field, she was the trainer for the first ever jail classes at Learngeeta, where under her inspiring guidance, inmates successfully memorized 12 chapters of the Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā and cleared the Geeta Pathik exam. Her leadership also laid the foundation of the monitoring team at Learngeeta, which she led for over 2.5 years. Currently, she continues to contribute significantly as a Vivechak for OGC, conducting insightful weekly interpretation sessions. Her seva extends across various departments at Learngeeta, including training, examination, academic literature, and several other teams. Didi has been passionately teaching Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā and working for Bal Sanskar for over a decade, imparting Hindu scriptural knowledge and patriotic values to children. Academically, Didi holds a BE in electronics and a post-graduation diploma in IT systems and management. Prior to her full-time dedication to her spiritual and educational endeavors, she had a successful corporate career spanning over 13 years, where she worked as a mobile application developer and team lead. Let us, with deepest warmth and reverence, invite Shraddha Didi. Didi, we humbly request you to grace us with your presence and through the divine resonance of your voice, illuminate our minds and hearts with the nectarian, delightful, and profoundly inspiring wisdom of the Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā. Jai Shri Krishna Didi.
Hari Om. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Krishnaya Vasudevaya, Hare Paramatmane, Pranatah Kleshanashaya, Govindaya Namo Namaha. Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavatam Narayanena Swayam, Vyasena Kratitam Puranam मध्ये Mahabharatam. Advaitamritavarshiniം Bhagavatim Ashtadashaധ്യായിനിം Amba Tvamanusandadhami Bhagavad-gītē Bhavatveshim. Om Shri Gurave Namaha. Hari Om. Before we begin the session today, I'm very delighted to inform everybody that today I'm in Rishikesh with in close proximity with Swamiji. We're staying in Swargashram at Rishikesh. The downfall of that thing is the network issue could be there. Today my network isn't extremely stable. So in case I get disconnected, please do not mind, and I'll be connecting back soon. So we do have some backup here, but if there are any network issues, I request everybody to bear with me. So, but with Swamiji's Kripa, I just pray that everything goes smoothly. So again, we'll begin with the session today. And it's the Jnana Vijnana Yoga today, which is a very beautiful, slightly difficult to understand, yet very interesting chapter. In the earlier session, we have seen some very important shlokas, and I feel very blessed by the grace of God, Krishna, Lord Krishna, and blessings of Param Pujya Swami Govind Dev Giriji Maharaj. Today we all are connected by the Bhagavad Gita Prem, by the Bhagavad Prem. We all are connected by the love for God, and this is a chapter which will teach us how to love God in its best form, how to understand Him in best form. We all are set on this path of devotion and knowledge, and today our journey, if we want this journey to be successful, Shri Krishna has told in the previous session, we have seen few important things. Maya Sakta Manaf. This is what we have seen earlier. Maya Sakta Manaf. The mind should be attached to only one thing, and that is God Himself. Maya Sakta Manaf. Then Madashraya. Take refuge, take shelter in God Himself. And Yogain Yunjan. Yoga in Yunjan. We have seen this also, very important. Being connected all the time with Shri Krishna. And we have seen this, and also further we had seen some important shlokas. Like once a Jnani Purush who is connected to God in these, how he can strive to come out of this entire cycle of birth and death. We were at a point where we were discussing some very beautiful vibhutis what Shri Krishna has tried. Shri Krishna has literally opened up himself, telling all about himself, what we ultimately need to know about God. In this search for Shri Krishna, in this search, in this research about what is Krishna, what is Jnana, what is Vijnana. Very important things we are seeing. What is knowledge and what is Vijnana? Knowledge is the ultimate knowledge that Shri Krishna is speaking about. And here Vijnana means the knowledge that we need to
I think Didi is having some network issues, and Didi will join back.
from the tech team. Please tell me if am I still audible.
Didi, you are slightly muffled voice. Not able to hear you. No. Maybe you could log out and log in, Didi. Yeah, I think Didi will. Didi will join back. So in the meantime, let me. I hope you all are aware of this Rama Pratishtha app. So if you're not aware of it, please download it. It is the Shatakoti Hanuman Chalisa Abhiyan, which we all have taken the shapath, the pledge to recite 100 crore times Hanuman Chalisa. You can download that app and you can also take a pledge as many number of times you want to recite. And so that will be collected, and after successfully completion of this will be offered at the lotus feet of Ram Lala, Ayodhya, after the Ram Pratishtha. Ram Pratishtha ceremony should be for January 15th, 2000.
I am back.
Yes.
Sorry, see, I'm really sorry. This might happen little often today, but we'll try to, we'll try to walk around this. So we were talking about Jnana, Vijnana. Jnana is the ultimate knowledge of God, and Vijnana, the knowledge that is essential to sustain through in this world. But assuming that Vijnana, the knowledge that we have now, the knowledge of our surroundings, the knowledge of our environment, or the knowledge like engineering, medical, and other fields, assuming that this Vijnana is the complete knowledge in itself, is ajnana, means is ignorance. That is a very important thing that we discussed in the last session. Further, we were at a point where we saw about the vibhutis, how different vibhutis of Shri Krishna are. And then now we are at a point where Shri Krishna is explaining a little more about the world that he has created for us. And we have seen that some people, I'll end up, ignoring this ultimate knowledge and going on a path. This ego comes, like I know everything, irrespective of the fact that God has created everything. People forget that, and they have this ego that I am everything, and they walk in an undesirable path. Why do people end up doing that? That this we will be seeing in today's session. Human life is the only, only birth that we can have to become free from all these attachments. Swamiji always says one sentence: karma is a way of, getting free from all the different, the cycle, the chitta shuddhi. Your soul is going to get purified by doing karma. It is a means of doing purifying the karma, the soul. How you will purify the soul? By doing good karma. Now, this is possible only in the human life. The irony is, though the human life is the only life, only birth in which a person can become free from all these bindings, but human beings are most delusioned in this world itself. The maximum amount of delusion is happening in the human birth only. Why does this happen? Because God has played a very important trick with us. If we understand this trick, we will be able to understand why we are not able to see beyond the illusion that is happening. This is because God has hidden his identity by dropping a curtain in front of us. And that curtain's name he has introduced in the next shloka, it is Maya. Daivi Tyesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratyaya Mameva Ye Prapadyante Maya Metantaranti te. How is this Maya? Daivi Yesha Gunamayi. This entire Srishti that you see around you, he has termed, is a result of what? Maya. And this is divine. It's mentioning here that Daivi Yesha Gunamayi. This is a divine creation. The entire thing, though it is made of all the three gunas, Gunamayi, it is made of these gunas. However, it is Daivi, it is divine. Mama Maya Duratyaya. What is the meaning of this word Duratyaya? Duratyaya means it is very difficult to cross over. Huge river you see in front of you. It's very difficult to cross. Mama Maya. Maya, so he is calling it his Maya. The delusion created by him. How it is divine, yet it is very difficult. It's almost impossible to cross this delusion. Why? So this is difficult. Okay, we see now, and we seeing a very beautiful Ganga Nadi. It looks very difficult to cross. However, there is a bridge that has been made on which you can nicely walk and we can cross the river. Thus, this kind of bridge, there is a solution that Shri Krishna himself is providing here. Mameva ye prapadyante maya metantaranti te. Mameva ye prapadyante. Those who take shelter in me, those who take refuge in me, those who are devoted to me, they can only be, they can only cross this river of Maya. Such a beautiful thing he has explained here. This is an illusion created by Shri Krishna himself. And he says it is very, very difficult, almost impossible to cross over this. However, those who are dedicated to me can cross over,
So this connection is gone again, but like always, they will be back. So please be a bit patient. Like I was telling you earlier, we have a L1 batch beginning on July 21st. So please spread the word around and try to get in as many people as possible, because that is our spiritual and dharma. Yes, I was.
Am I audible now?
Yes, you are, Didi, you are.
Okay, what was the last thing that
you were talking about the Maya, that he's given us both the illusion as well as a way forward to come out of that illusion.
Okay, very nice. So there is a boon in this network issues. I can really, everybody needs to be alert to at least be able to tell me what I was talking about last. Okay, so we were discussing about the Maya, how it's very difficult to cross. However, Shri Krishna tells those who are dedicated to me, devoted to me, they can cross this Maya. So imagine a show of magician. It looks so attractive. The show of magicians, it is very difficult to understand, very attractive. At the same time, if you want to know what is actually, it is not really magic. It's difficult to understand as magic. However, if you make friends with the magician himself, you will understand what are the tricks. Similarly, the Maya is the delusion, the magic created by God. To completely understand this Maya, what is important? It is important to make friendship with the God himself. That is what Shri Krishna is telling. Mameva ye prapadyante. Those who take refuge in me, they can sail through and cross over. See, Arjun had a Sarthi, Shri Krishna. He was there to guide Arjun through this difficult times when he was in a dilemma. We also have God within us. And he's very, very near to us. He is the closest to us in this human form. However, we are so attached to this outside world that we start thinking this world is nearer to us than the God himself. Maya is a magical glass created by God Himself, so we cannot understand it. But if we connect with the God within us, we will be able to understand the Maya around God Himself, and we can easily free ourselves from the spell of this magician Maya. Now, here one important thing that Shri Krishna has said is Mameva ye prapadyante. Here one doubt arises. People might wonder, when we say Mameva me prapadyante, Mameva ye prapadyante, is it Shri Krishna alone whom we should be worshipping? Should our devotion be only to this particular God? Now, here, according to our wishes, we can wish for anything. We can get devoted. We can worship all forms of gods. However, all gods ultimately they are going to be one. All forms, these are gods are in different forms, but ultimately they all are one. Shri Krishna explains further. Namandashkrati no mudha prapanti. Here one important thing that Shri Krishna has told you, Mameva ye prapadyante. And they will be able to cross the Maya, the river of Maya, the illusion, they will be able to cross. Now, there are certain people, there is certain thing that Shri Krishna is explaining here, that only some people make that effort. Those who know that it is a magic show, they will try to understand the magic trick behind it. However, there is a set of people who will not follow this path, who will not make an attempt to understand the God. This Shri Krishna has explained in the further shloka. Namandushkriti no mudha prapadyante naradhamaha Mayaya paratadhyana asuram bhavamashhritaha. There is a set of people whom Shri Krishna has mentioned here is Dushkritino. Who is Dushkritino? The evildoers. And they have one more adjective is used here. That is aparitadhyana. That means whose knowledge, they are deprived of knowledge. Aparita jnana means they are deprived of knowledge, ignorant. What is the problem with this particular set of people? They are evildoers who do things like theft, anything that is done to hurt others in an adverse way is dushkrit, is a thing that is dushkriti. And how are these people? Moodhaha. Because they are of the lowest category. Naradhamaha. The adjectives that are used here, why we should understand them is that we don't get there. We do not have, we have to always introspect. Is there anything that has been done by me which can adversely affect people? Will I ever fall in this list of people that Shri Krishna has listed out here? Moodhaha, Naradhamaha, who's Maya. And why do they behave like this? Why are they tempted to do these evil things? Because they are Mayaya paritadhyana. Their knowledge is blinded because of the Maya. Their knowledge is blinded because of the delusion that is created around us. They are blinded by what they see around us. Whatever they see, they start believing it is truth. And this itself is ignorance. Once we understand this, then we can move a step further. First level of check comes here. And how are they? Asuram bhavamashhritaha. In the previous shloka, here Shri Krishna has told there is a set of people who can cross this Maya river by understanding me, by taking shelter in me, and those whose bhav is asuri. We have learned about these gunas in the 16th chapter, Daivasura Sampad Vibhagayo. Here Shri Krishna has elaborately explained about the Daivi Sampada and the Asuri Sampada. What are the Asuri gunas? Anybody whose emotions are like fall in the category of Asuri guna, they are Asura Bhavamashhritaha. Now, leaving these dushkritino, leaving these evil-doing people aside, Shri Krishna has put a very beautiful explanation further. This is a set of people who are never going to worship. This is a set of people who are never going to bother about taking refuge in. However, there are devotees who are going to come to me, who are going to try to understand me. And what are they? There are all the devotees. Sri Krishna has categorized them in 4 categories. What are those categories? He has explained further. God has divided all those who worship him in whichever form into 4 categories. What are they? Chaturvidha bhajante mai jana sukrutinor Arto jignasarartharthi dhyani cha bharatarshava. There are 4 types of, very important 4 types of devotees that Shri Krishna has told. Chaturvidha bhajante mai. All of them are the ones who worship me in some form or the other. And one very beautiful adjective he has used here is Sukruti, Sukrita. Sukrutinaha means virtuous, good people. So anyone who is worshipping God in any whichever form, in whatever, with whatever intent, is a Sukrutinaha in his opinion. What is the meaning of Sukrutinaha? A virtuous person. So let us all be happy, because in some way or the other, we all are believers. We all believe in his divine powers. So each one of us falls in this category of Sukritina. So this shloka is about us. Now we have to find in which category of Sukritina. There are 4 categories of Sukritina here he has mentioned. Let us figure out in which of the categories do we fit. The first of the category he has mentioned is Artha. Artha is the one who will remember God in troubled time. So sometimes it happens, somehow, like I became Artha sometime, like somehow this network should come back. Oh God, please don't let the network go today. Artha. That time I was in the role of a Artha Bhakta. We have seen this in our scriptures also. When we all know about the Gajendra Moksha Sutra. The elephant who was stuck there, he was so he in this state of problem, he with full conviction he tried to remember God, and this beautiful shloka came out. He remembered things from his past birth. That is the Artha Bhakta, with full conviction, who are remembering God in terms when they are in difficult times. When Draupadi was in troubled times, she tried hard to save herself. However, when she figured out there is nothing that is helping out, she had a very conviction call she made for Shri Krishna, and Shri Krishna came to her help. So anybody who is calling Shri Krishna, who is getting attached to Shri Krishna at difficult times also, with a complete artata, with full conviction, the devotee who worship him are also is the first category of the devotees that Shri Krishna has mentioned here. The second category is about the Jigyasu. So they know God exists. They know that he is there. However, there will be some, iota of doubt, a little bit of doubt around him. How is God? What is God? Which God to worship? Which temple to visit? But they want to understand God. These are the curious ones. The word Jigyasa itself means curiosity. Jigyasu is the one curious, like us, trying to understand the Jnana Vijnana Yoga and trying to understand how God is, trying to understand how whether it is avyakta form, vyakta form, all the studies that you all are also trying, we are all trying it together to do, we fall in this category of Jigyasu. Who is a Jigyasu, is trying to understand the God in some form. Then Artharthi. Oh God, let me, those who want some materialistic, those who worship God for some materialistic desire. Let me get some money. Let me get some, people will go for prayers before the exams. Artharthi. That is also, Artharthi doesn't necessarily mean with wealth. It also means with knowledge, or could be anything else, but with some materialistic desire to we had an opportunity to visit the Neelkantha temple, Artharti. So many people we saw there. They go in the temple, visit with full conviction, go down to the god, and then tie those knots everywhere on trees, on the nets everywhere. Go down, wish for the god, and once out of the temple, selfies. So there is no memory of the god. The moment of they are out of the temple, once they know that their wish will be taken care of, they are out forgetting the god but taking selfies. Artharthi, those who are worshipping the god with for something. One important thing we have to remember here, when we are talking about the Artharthi, they are very sure that the demand is made to somebody who is capable of fulfilling it. So this is the third category. We will make a wish to somebody who we know is capable of fulfilling it, isn't it? A small kid will go and ask something to the parents because he has full faith that my parents can give me this thing. A child will go to the mother and ask for food because she is very sure that she is the one who can give him food. So this Artharthis will worship the god because they have full faith that God is going to fulfill their desire. This is the third category of the devotees. Then the last one is the one that Shri Krishna explains is the Jnani. Jnani is the knowledgeable one. So we are taking a step by step up. Artha, the one who is remembering God only in difficult times. Jigyasu, the one who wants to know. Okay, is we praying to Ganesha, but is Ganesha capable of giving me wisdom? Jigyasu, how will he be doing it? You went to this temple. Is your wish fulfilled? Then Artharthi, and the highest category is of the knowledgeable ones, the Jnanis, who understand the God extremely well, who know God very well. They are the best amongst whom all the categories that have been described so far. About them, Shri Krishna describes how are the Jnanis. Teshanyani nityayukta eka bhaktir vishishyate priyo hi jnaninotyartham aham sacha mama priyaha. Tesham, amongst the four categories that Shri Krishna has mentioned, who is his favorite, Shri Krishna has mentioned here, amongst all these who have mentioned, Jnaninaha atyartham priyaha. Jnani devotees are my most favorite, exceedingly dear to me. Why so? We have to understand this. Only when we understand what about the Jnani people does Shri Krishna like, then we can try to get to that position. Every time we are trying to understand a shloka, we have to see it from our perspective also, where we have to reach, where we should, what are the things we should refrain from. Two important adjectives that Shri Krishna has used here for Jnani people, Nitya Yukta, always remembering, always connected to God. Not like the ones who once wish in the temple, come out and totally forgetting the God, back to our duties. While we are inside the temple, we are praying to the God, whatever we want, samriddhi, whatever we want for us is outside. When you see, just today I was wondering, when I was inside, because inside the temple, see people, tying knots and asking for their wishes. Outside also, there is so much opportunity. There are beautiful mountains, beautiful clouds around the temple. We have to take a moment and connect with the God and think about how beautiful nature He has made for us. Even outside, it's not that the God is existing only in the periphery of the temple. Even outside, there is so much beautiful things. He has installed a shivling there. As much as you respect that shivling, as much as you respect the God inside the temple, that much we should respect what is outside the temple also. While going inside, the people will be understanding, people. While going, if we are just going without any emotion, while going, after coming out, also the ones who are, chanting Har Har Mahadev, we saw outside also that conviction has to be there. Outside also there is so much to appreciate about one. Nitya Yuga, always connected to the God. And Eka Bhakti, except God, nothing else is a reality. Being able to see God in every creature around you, everything around you is a Eka Bhakta person. How are such people? There's a beautiful story of Eknath Maharaj. Eknath Maharaj once started from the Himalayas and he took water of Ganga in his kamandal. He had to offer it to Shivling in Rameshwar. On this journey, he saw a donkey who was extremely thirsty and there was no water around. He was carrying this Ganga Jal all the way from north till Rameshwar. He had to carry to offer it to the Shivling in Rameshwaram. However, he saw this thirsty donkey in between all the Ganga Jal that he had. He gave it to the donkey. The people who were accompanying him were surprised. Oh, how can you do this? You've taken it all the way. We've been walking in those days when there were no flights and no trains and all. In those times, it's been so difficult to get this Ganga Jal, and you are giving it to donkey to quench his thirst. He says, where is the donkey? Even in this creature, he would see the Parampita Paramatma in all the creatures around us. See, we will be so nice to the pujaris and anybody who's important to us. However, outside also, when we see, we should be able to, the Jnani is a person who is able to see God in everything. He is able to see Paramatma in every creature, every creation around him. That is an important characteristic of a Jnani person. Further, Shri Krishna explains the same characteristics of a Jnani. Udara sarva evaite jnani tvatmaiva me matam arthakasahi yuktatma mamevanuttamam gatim. A very important, very beautiful shloka. Udara sarva evaite. Amongst all these, here here it is denoting about the four categories of the devotees that Shri Krishna has explained. Amongst all these four categories, Shri Krishna is talking the Jnani, the wise one. They are like my Atma. Tvatmaiva me matam. See how close Shri Krishna finds these devotees to himself. How much love. See, Krishna is going to definitely love everybody with the same connection. However, why these the Jnani people are favorite to him? Because they are Nitya Yukta. They are also Eka Bhakti. They are always devoted. They always consider all the creatures around them to as their own, as Parampita Paramatma. And here Shri Krishna is saying, I love them so dearly that they are like my Atma. Asthitastahi yuktatma mamevanuttamam gatim. Asthitastahi yuktatma. They are so steadfast. They are established. Where in the mind they have established that there is nothing more supreme than the God himself, the ultimate goal. This is a beauty of our scriptures also. All our scriptures propagate this message of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The entire Vasta is our family. Everybody usually has a different, way of looking, a different perspective for their family members and a different perspective for the people around them. However, the Jnani Purush, those who have this kind of thinking that Astita, they are established. They are established and in me alone, they are established, their mind is completely established in the Parampita Paramatma, and he itself is their supreme goal. such a person becomes my Atma. Such a person is, see, we are talking about trying to understand the God within us. We have to see that how much Shri Krishna also loves the Jnani around them. If he sees a Jnani there, how much he is going to love them. Bahunān janmanāmante jnānavān māṁ prapadyate vāsudevas sarvamiti samāhatmā satsudurlabhah. What is very beautiful about these shlokas? Shri Krishna is telling us what he likes. What are the characteristics that he likes in a jnani? And here he is telling Bahunān janmanāmante. It is going to take many births to understand who is a jnani. In the end, who is jnanavan mam prapatyate, to become a jnani. Jnaneshwar Maharaj has said a beautiful thing. He doesn't know how many crores of births he has taken to become Jnaneshwar Maharaj himself. It takes many years, many births. I'm not talking about just this one, but there are many people, we have to understand God. Immediately, it's not like a Boolean 0, 1, fast you will understand. No, it's going to take many months to reach this state, many births to reach the state of a jnani. Bahunaim janmanamante. At the end of many births, one jnanavan will be able to reach me. And how is this? Vasudeva sarvamiti. How is this jnani? He understands that everything is Vasudeva. And Vasudeva is everything. Such a beautiful one. And this kind of Mahatma, this kind of a person is very difficult to find. It is very hard. Such a great soul. See, Shri Krishna himself is calling them a great soul. Such a great soul is very hard to find. Jnanavan mam prapadyante. Even now, one very important, see, two things we have to note in this shloka. Jnanavan mam prapadyante. Here, it doesn't mean that once a person becomes a jnani, then he will stop all bhakti. What normal people with limited intellect like us, we could think, okay, once we become a jnani, then enough, then nothing is left to be done. No, this is not like when the Ganga ji is flowing into the sea, we don't say Ganga ji samudra se mil gayi. Means Ganga ji has united with the sea. Doesn't mean that she stops being united. She's still in the process. It is still, the flow is still continuing. Similarly, a jnani purush, a jnani person, once he is united with the God, his bhakti is not, his devotion is not going to stop. He will continue. He will continue to be doing his sadhana. If the sadhana stops, then slowly the ego rises. And once the ego rises, again the downfall starts. So how is a jnani? His jnana will not end anywhere. He has to, for future also, continue his sadhana. And that is naturally going to happen. Why? Because he understands God in fullest way, in best possible way. Such a person can never be attracted, tempted to be connected to anything else. We have seen a beautiful example of Janabai. A lot of other examples, Mirabai, our saints, they are all how devoted to the deity that whom they were worshipping. Nothing else was more important for them than their devotion itself. And once they were united with the God, once Mirabai was united with the God, she was saved by God from so many things that were happening around her. Even after that, it's not that now I'm God's favorite, now I'll stop my sadhana. No, still always connected. So that is a very important thing. Jnanavan mam prapadyate. They are continuously going to be devoted to me. And this kind, and understanding Vasudeva Sarvamiti, they understand that I am Vasudeva. Now we feel Vasudeva is Krishna in a humanly form, but they understand the tattva of Vasudeva, the one who's behind the Vasudeva, the divine power around Vasudeva is what they understand. And this kind of great soul is very hard to find. Durlabhaha samahatma sudurlabhaha. One thing that I've heard, It might be easy to find God himself, but it is difficult to find this kind of jnani. And Shri Krishna further explains why so many people are not able to continue on this path of becoming jnanis. Four types of devotees. Why is a artha or a jigyasu bhakta, jigyasu devotee not able to attain that level of a jnani? What are the obstacles in between this? He has explained in the further shlokas. कामैस्तैस्तैर्तज्ज्ञानाः प्रपद्यन्तेऽन्यदेवताः तन्तन्नियममास्थाय प्रकृत्या नियता स्वया. What is it that stops us from going on this path of becoming a jnani? Taihi kamaihi ritajnanaha. We are so full of desires, once we have get good education. From a perspective of a parent, if I tell you, let my kid become, get admission in a beautiful school, ICSE board, falana, so many dreams the parents will have right from the nursery. Then once that thing happens, let them become engineers, doctors, let him get a good job. The desire is not only of the child himself, but also of everybody around him. We will have desires not only for ourselves, but also for our relatives, then with the desires for their expectations. Such a complicated world we have created around ourselves. Kamaihi taiste rita jnana prapadyante nyadevataha. We have created this world full of desires around us, and in that what we are doing, we people, in order to fulfill those desires, those who are blinded by their ignorance, these people end up doing what? They end up praying to other god. Hey Gajanana, mujhe buddhi de do. Pray to Lord Ganpati to give us bhakti. Pray to Mata Lakshmi to give us wealth. And there is nothing wrong in it. Shri Krishna is not saying that this is wrong. What he is saying is just that this is how it is. This is a statement. Owing to various desires, to get their wishes fulfilled, people are worshipping different gods and goddesses. Anya devataha prapadyante. They are praying to other gods. And how they are doing it? They are following all the rules. Niyama masthaya. They are following all the rules, like what Shivling, we will go and put the Bel Patra. We will offer Ganga Jal to it. To Gajanana Ganpati, we will offer red color flowers. We will give prasad of Modak. Whatever the deity likes, that we will give. Isn't it? So now there is nothing wrong in it. Why? Suppose a person wants a license. And we all know Government of India. So if I want a license, will I go to the police station to get license? No, I will go to the correct department. The RTO needs to be visited to get a license. So what is my desire? I have to go to that department, that DT to get it done. So, and what do the people do? Owing to their various desires, they start worshipping all other gods and following their proper rules. They are trying to do what? They are trying to lead the lives accordingly. And what happens further? Yo yo yam yantanum bhakta shraddhayarchitumicchati tasya chalam shraddhantameva vidadhamyam. Those who are now here, this is a very important thing. This, whatever is the thing we want, like I told you, everything is this RTO is also a department of Government of India. The police station is also Department of India. The fire department also belongs to the government. And according to the department that I have worked with, I will go to that particular department. Now, the desire that I need a license and this it is coming from one particular point of origin. We think that it is coming from us, but based on my intellect, based on my actions, based on my mind, this desire is also coming from where Shri Krishna says, I am the one. Tasya tasya chalam shraddhan tameva vidadhamyaham. I am making them wish for it. So whatever, whatsoever form devotee desires to worship with, that faith becomes him, that I will ensure that whatever. So this is also unflinching love that he has for us. How it is, I wanted buddhi, so he has encouraged me, so he has given me this desire to go to Ganpati and get it done. And according to what I desire, my wishes are getting fulfilled. Sataya Shraddhaya Yuktas Tasya Radhana Nihate Labhate cha tatak kaman mayaiva vihitan hitan. This is a very important. This my wishes are getting fulfilled. I told you. Means sataya shraddhaya yuktas. With that faith, when and how it is, this faith tasya radhana mihate, by worshipping whom, these all the gods, they are getting their work done. Now, if the RTO has to issue a license, the rule, there is an issuing authority. If he sees a person is below 18 years, he will say, no, your wish rejected, 18 plus, fulfill all other conditions and you are getting the right. But whoever is doing this job, whichever authority is sitting and giving them the license, who has appointed them? The government of India, isn't it? The government of India has authorized this person to give a license. Similarly, all these gods, they are like God's department. They have been authorized by this Parampita Paramatma only to get all their wishes fulfilled, to get all these desires fulfilled. All this is going to be available. We are getting it with, in accordance to what? In accordance to their aradhana, and they are going to get it within the rules that Parampita Paramatma has said. So tomorrow, if I go to Brahmaji and say that I want to be Amar, we have seen this in our scriptures, he will not be giving that, because the government has not given permission to give that boon. He has to follow the rules that are created around this world. And see, this entire process is not being undermined here. Very important thing we should understand. This is the beauty of our scripture. The beauty lies in what? In the provisions, in the freedom that our scriptures has given us. Whatever you want, in whichever form you like, you are free to do your worship. You are free to go on this path of your devotion. But at the end of it, those who are worshipping for the fruits, they have to remember one very important things about the fruits that they are desiring. Antavattu phalante shantatvatyalpamedhasam devan devayajo yanti madbhakta yanti mamapi. Antavat tu phalam. This is, if fruits that we are getting, the results that we are getting, ultimately are going to end. They are not eternal. This is what Shri Krishna's forget. And whoever, Deva Yagya, whoever are worshipping the gods and getting it, they don't realize that it is a temporary thing. And in that process, they are forgetting what? The one who is giving this entire permission. And here one important, Shri Krishna is not saying that they are Ajnani or they are not, he's not, but he's saying Alpamedhasa. Alpamedha. The people, they have a little less intellect. They are having a little less intelligence. As they grow in the line of devotion, in the hierarchy of devotion, as they grow, then they will be able to understand me in a better way. Here Shri Krishna is saying these fruits are ultimately what? They are going to end. They are not eternal. This, the Alpameda, these people are forgetting, and they continue to worship the gods. Madbhakta yanti mamapi, and they are going to continue this worship. This, once if we get a fruit, then next time again, okay, once I went to this Chilpul Balaji, I got the visa. Oh, then other people also starting, I also want visa. Instead of those efforts, further they'll keep visiting. God, give us visa. God, next time again. So this becomes this habit of continuously wishing wishing for what? Our desires. In this, what is happening? The Avyakta Roop, the unmanifested form, the Parampita Paramatma is completely forgotten. Avyaktam vyaktimapannam manyate mama buddhayah param bhavam ajananto mama mamavyayamanutamam. What is happening? Ajananta param bhavam ajanantah. In all this, in trying to attain whatever is visible to them, in that they are forgetting what? My main form. Okay, so hey, Shri Krishna, give me this, give me that. In that he is forgetting, he is the entire universe. He is forgetting everything that this is happening. And why this is happening? Because there is a curtain of what? Maya in front of us. See, this, to understand this thing of Maya, you imagine in the olden days, most of you must be knowing, we used to use lanterns. There is a small fire that is going inside it, and it is covered by a glass. Now this glass, after some time, it will start becoming black, and the light starts diminishing gradually. And this outer thing will be there, the light is not visible. Only when we clear that kajal or the black suit that is on the glass, then we will be able to see that prakas, that light properly. This is what Shri Krishna says, that people are so delusioned by everything that the inner form that is being completely forgotten. Naham prakasha sarvasya yogamaya samavratah मूढो यन्नाभिजानाति loko mamajamavvyayam. What is that? I am the Naham Prakasha Sarvasya Yogamaya. Because of this Yogamaya, like I told you, this because of the suit, as the Prakash was not visible. We are not able to see the light. Only when we clear this delusion, then we will be able to see the Prakash. Mudhoyan Nabhijanati. The people who are foolish people, those who are blinded by this delusion, they do not understand this. They start believing what? That the world around them itself is truth. And what is happening? Loko mamajamavyayam, my unborn, imperishable form, which is what? The one that everybody should know about, or one that everybody should be conscious about, is forgotten. For instance, the movies, we all go for movies. When you are seeing the movie, we forget that it is all coming on a curtain. Without the curtain, the existence of movie is zero. The movie is being projected on the curtain. We are watching the movie, enjoying the movie, getting involved emotionally in the movie, everything said and done. But it is all happening with the help of a curtain. The existence of the curtain, if we forget, then we are just seeing only the movie, and we are just believing that this is the truth. But what is behind it? Unless and until we see that, yes, there is a curtain and all the images are just moving on it, we will be involved in the story, in the movie, very emotionally. I'm giving a very small example here. This is a very basic, primitive example, but this is what it is. Without the curtain, the movie has no meaning. As in, movie has no meaning in sense of its existence. Without the Parampita, there is no existence for this movie that we are watching 24/7 around us. to understand that this is a movie going around 24/7, we have to understand this one tattva that is behind it, the Parampita Paramatma tattva. We have to always remind ourselves of this Avyaya form. Then further Shri Krishna says, Vedaham samatitani vartamanani charjana bhavishyani cha bhutani mantu vedana kaschana. Vedaham samatitani. Everything I know. I have the knowledge of the past. I have the knowledge of the present. And I also have the knowledge of what? The future. This is very beautifully also explained in the 11th chapter also, when Shri Krishna's Vishwarupa. You will all see that in the 4th level also. How he, in the real form of, in the Vishwarupa Darshan form, Arjun himself could also see the future of the war. So he, in this Parampita Paramatma, in the basic form itself, the past, present, and the future are lying. Everything is inside. All the three times are a manifestation of this Parampita Paramatma. But this is what is known to whom? Shri Krishna himself. Bhutani mantu vedana kaschana. They don't know me. Though I know the past, present, and future, I know these, the creatures, the human beings, all creatures, they do not know me. I know their past, present, future, but they do not know me at all. And why is it that they do not know? Ichcha dvesha samuttena dvandva mohena bharata sarvabhutani sammoham sarge yanti parantapa. Why they do not know? Because they are constantly in this conflicting states. First, they are in the Ichcha. Ichcha means desire. Immense desires for everything. Apart from these desires, there are many things. Ichcha, dvesha, paraspar, whatever hatred or irsha, whatever jealousy people feel. And what is it? This entire thing is arising from what? Dvandva mohena bharata. Everything is arising from these two things. One is from the desires, another is from aversion, from jealousy, from the feelings that we have about with each other. Out of these, what is coming? Samuttena means everything is originating from our desires. And what is originating? A type of conflict. The dvandva is originating. Like, what is the meaning of dvandva? Dvandva are two opposite things together. Sukha, dukkha. Shanti, ashanti. Aishwarya, anaishwarya. All the opposite things together. Why are these coming up? Because of excessive desires. Some people will have excess desires, excess attachment. Along with these, what will come? These dvandva will come. For instance, I got a promotion and this is coming with a lot of happiness. My friend also got promotion. Dvesha, little bit. Okay. So this is minor. And then sukha dukkha. Sukha dukkha is a continuous cycle. How much ever we describe, it is going to be lottery like this. Sukha, very much sukha. Bankruptcy, dukkha. All these are going to happen in pairs. Person is so attached to them. Person, because of his desires and his expectations, these type of conflicts, these type of dvandva are continuously coming. And in that, what is happening? Because of that, people are just engrossed in that. They are engrossed in this delusion around them. Sarva bhutani sammoham. They are continuously engrossed in this emotional struggle, struggle which is around the desires, continuously entangled in that. Sarge yanti parantapa. They are all continuously engrossed in this, and that is the reason they are not able to understand me. But yeshantantagatam papai jananam punya karmanam te dvanda moha nirmukta mukta bhajante mandridha prataha. There are some who at the end they will realize that what are the, owing to their virtuous deeds, what are the good things to do, what is it that is keeping us entangled. Some people will understand. In the end they will understand that, then people will understand punya karmana, that they have to become what, free. They, owing to their virtuous deed, owing to their good deeds, they will ultimately they will be what, get freed from the delusion of what, this pair of opposites. Only when they are free from these desires, they will be able to what, able to worship me. Bhajante man dhrida prataha. They will be able to what, understand me. See, we were talking about this curtain and movie. When the moment you realize that this is all movie going on curtains, we will not be emotionally attached with it. We will not fall prey to anything that is shown. See, when some violence is being shown, we also start feeling the violence. The moment we see that it is just a picture on the screen and it is going to get flushed away, the moment it is just the screen that is the ultimate reality, we will not get emotionally perturbed or emotionally disturbed by what we are seeing. And that is the important thing. The moment we realize that as a part of our virtuous deeds, when we see that this is, this is all Maya, we will be what, free from Dvandva Moha Nirmukta. We will be free from what, the pair of these type of conflicting things. Sukha, dukkha, we be free from all these things. And such people, well, how this is going to happen? By being dhrida vrataha. This is a very important word. It is a very important word in context of the things that a devotee should very essentially have. That is, dhrida vrataha means a person who is steadfast on whatever he decides. These kind of people will be determined. I have to attain this and I will attain it. I have to attain God and I will attain it. Only such people. In the last few shlokas, the path to end this entire conflict has been explained. So further Shri Krishna says, Jara Marana Mokshaya Mamashritya Yatanti Te Brahma Tadvidukritsnang Adhyatmang Karma Chakhilam. So Jara Marana Mokshaya. We are in a cycle. We want more and more desires are there. So we were born with more desires. We create some desires. We leave the world without fulfilling the desires. To fulfill those, a new birth is taken. It is a vicious cycle. But if we take shelter, we take refuge in whom? In the Shri Parampita Paramatma. If we understand this entire logic behind the Jara Marana, and we understand the entire logic behind how the desires are working, what will happen? Mama Shritya Yatantite. We will be what? If you take shelter in them, then you are going to be free from these Jara Marana. And how are those people who will be free from these? How are these people who will be free from these desires? Te Brahma Tatvidukkritsnam. Te Brahma. They have an understanding of some very important terms. What are those terms? Brahma and Adhyatma. They have an understanding of what is Brahma and what is Adhyatma. Tat Vidu Kritsnam. Kritsnam means complete understanding, not partial understanding. A complete understanding of Brahma, Adhyatma, Karma, and further Sadi Bhutadi Daivam Vam Sadi Agnyaicha Ye Viduhu Prayana Kali Pichamante Vidur Yukta Chetasaha. This 29th and 30th shloka we should see together. These things a person who understands, who are such people, they are jnani people. Those who understand these 6 terms, Brahma, Adhyatma, Karma, then Sadibhuta, Adibhuta, Adidaiva, Adiyagnya. All these things the person who understands and who also understands that Prayana Kali Pichaman, who remembers me at the end of their death. such kind of person, they vidur yukta chetasa, they will become who? They will be the Jnani Purush, the Yukta Purush that Shri Krishna is talking about. Now, what are these terms? Obviously, a question will come, okay, how to know Brahma, how to know Karma, what is this Adi Yagna, what is this Adhidaiva? Very critical questions. These terms that we spoke about just now, these are what? These are some basic technical terms. Like to understand a laptop, we have to understand what is hardware, what is software. To understand or work on a computer, we need to know what is a keyboard, what is a mouse. There are some basic technical terms that are essential to understand any basic science, any basic technology, any basic stream of knowledge. These are the basic stream of knowledge that a person has to understand the God himself. These terms become the basis of the 8th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. These terms are explained from the first shloka in the 8th chapter. So on that, this becomes a foundation of the 8th chapter. On that, Maharshi Vyasji puts a full stop on the 7th chapter. Om Tat Saditi Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā Upanishadsu Brahma Vidyāyāṁ Yoga Shāstre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Jnana Vijnana Yogo Nama Taptamodhyayaha. Om Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. This is a very difficult chapter. I'm extremely sorry about the time limit or the network and all these challenges. It was a little difficult to follow the time also. However, please understand one important thing, that this is a term with certain things are difficult, but we have to set ourselves with full determination on this path. Until and unless we begin somewhere, we are not going to reach anywhere. So let us continue on this journey. Let us start this journey with full conviction and try to travel as far as we can. On that note, I offer this entire discourse at the feet of Swami Puram Puja Swami Govind Dev Giriji Maharaj and Shri Krishna himself. May they both give us the wisdom to attain this jnani state in some birth or the other. Jai Shri Krishna, everybody. Om Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Hari Om Tat Sat.
Didi, our gratitude knows no bounds. We are infinitely and immensely grateful for your precious time and for enriching us with the profound wisdom of the Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā. Your words are etched upon our souls. Now, I'd like to repeat the important announcements that Geeta Pariwar is having the Geeta Maitri Milan in Visakhapatnam on 1st of June, Sunday. I request you to arrive in large numbers so that we make the program successful. Secondly, I request you all to share the link of this interpretation session with your near and dear ones so that they can also be enlightened by the divine shlokas of Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā. And now we transition to the interactive embrace of the question and answer session, where each of you, dear sadhaks, may present your inquiries and receive insightful guidance. So Janhavi ji Dekhane Didi will be taking our question and answer session. So we shall start with Naik Prasad Bhaiya ji. Please unmute yourself.
Jai Shri Krishna Didi.
Shri Krishna Bhaiya.
It was a very nice session.
दीदी मैं करता हूँ भैया, आप रहने दीजिए. हाँ बोलिए भैया, पूछिए, प्लीज स्टार्ट.
Although the chapter is very tough, the interpretation was so nicely explained. I have one query. Can I ask that?
Yes, Bhaiya. Go ahead.
This Lord has created Maya, Lord has created Prakriti, but I search many literature, but I didn't find the answer why it has been created. This Maya or Prakriti, why Lord has created. How it that
Bhaiya is
Network problem, Didi.
okay. His network. No, okay. I thought my network was weak. Okay. Naik Prasad Bhaiya. I think
shall I repeat?
as much as I could understand why God has created the Maya, this much I could understand.
Yeah, that is my query. Because how it has been created, that is very well explained in most of the literature, but why it has been created, that is not been told.
Why it has been created, again a very challenging question, Bhaiya. But see, Bhagwan, this entire universe is ever changing, ever changing.
Yeah.
Nothing is silent, nothing is stable. So Bhagwan gave this and universe this change a purpose by creating a Maya, by creating a Vishwa, by creating this universe around us. He gave it a purpose. If it would have been just changing purposelessly, he gave it a purpose by giving us some goals, by giving us this goal to attain Paramatma, to become Narayan from Nara. To give a purpose to all this chaos, he created this Leela. Like that we can understand.
Yeah. धन्यवाद दीदी.
लक्ष्य वेद भैया जी.
Yes, Didi.
Jai Shri Krishna Bhaiya.
Yes, Krishna Didi.
Do you have any question, Lakshmit Bhaiya?
No, Didi.
Okay. Did you like the
Satna.
Vivechan? Every time he comes and tells Shraddha Didi that he liked the Vivechan. So we will send you a message this time also to Didi. Huh? Didi could not join. Yeah.
Jai Shri
So,
Krishna Didi.
Krishna
Jai
Bhaiya.
Shri Krishna Didi. I have two questions. Question number one is, so we hear this word Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. In I do not know from which shloka, I mean, whether is it which Upanishad and other thing we do not know. In Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, I want to understand, is it only Vasudhaiva means it only the human race? Does it involve plants, trees, animals, and bhumi, everything? It is, stones, everything. So, in this meaning, is it composed of only human beings, or is it animals, stones, plants, everything?
Everything. It means everything, chara and achara. Every living and non-living, everything that is in this universe.
So,
Everything Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam.
So it is not even in the bhumi, it is a universe, you meant to say.
Yes, entire universe.
So that means whole
Because
universe
in this adhyay only Bhagavan says na bijam maham sarva bhutanam. I am the seed in every prani matra, everything that moves in this universe. So that is entirely Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. When we say this, we refer to everything.
But usually people understand that Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam means the people now we are, the meaning people, everybody gets is only the human race is, from one thing. So this meaning has to be, so it is much more profound than when you say Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam means usually, for our G20 summit and all also they have put Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. But people, everybody understood that the human race in the whole of the world is united, one family. But the broader sense is it is the whole universe. So how many people will really get into
Whole
that?
universe. Unfortunately, at this moment, we are at this position that we have to remind each other that, even human races, human races, we are all like family. We have to remind that itself in this, we are in this times. So we have to remind that small thing.
That spiritual meaning is actually the whole universe is one family.
Exactly. Once we understand that humans are all together, then entire universe is all together, then that next step would be to understand the Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, entire universe is the one family.
This is a very profound concept which you don't find it in any religion and all. So
Exactly,
this has
exactly.
given so much meaning. I mean, so much science is. I mean, it is just not this thing. There is so
Exactly.
much science.
Even
It is
Didi
scientific.
told in Vivechan, right, when Eknath Maharaj was carrying the water from Gangaji and wanted to do Abhishek at Rameshwaram. So he just, there was a donkey and he just gave all that water to that thirsty donkey. Didi told this in
Yeah.
Vivechan. So all that, all our Santa Mahatma also keep saying this. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, meaning every smallest of smallest being that even you cannot see, that also is like a part of your family. You have to think uh, till you, whatever your position, whatever your intellect helps you, you have to think for everything. You have to be aware that you are a part of this universe and you are a very close part of this universe, like that.
Okay. Number 2 question is, so Paramatma asked is, finally it is I am the authority. So whatever it comes, it is from the me only. So you mean, so for example, we pray Lord Ganesha, we pray Lord Lakshmi or Lord Saraswati. So iska matlab, what it happen means is, so even Lord Lakshmi, if she is giving wealth, means it is coming from the real Paramatma. So in a way,
Exactly.
the real energy, you mean, can we say like that?
Exactly. Correct. That tattva, that
Yeah.
Parabrahma tattva is there, which gives power, which gives strength to every devata. Like that we can say.
So
Just the
when we
way
say
Didi also has given the example of government. Na? Government
yes,
is the supreme entity, like
yes,
that we can say.
really, that
Then
is
it
a,
gives power to the departments
I
under it.
was really impressed with that example, that government
Exactly.
example. So it is
Exactly.
basically that energy you mean to say. What he means is,
Exactly.
God, Bhagavan means there is something is there, and that is being distributed in different parts. Wherever you pray, whatever you do, it finally it has to take my permission, my word.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Like that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I extend my heartfelt thanks to Janhavi ji Dekhane Didi for patiently and insightfully addressing the blossoms of all our queries. Thank you so much, Didi. As a final offering of our deepest gratitude to Bhagavan, we now move towards the conclusion of this session with the prayer. It is with heartfelt pleasure that I cordially invite Ruchi Bisen Didi. Didi is from Qatar, joined Geeta Pariwar in July 2024 and serves with devotion as a technical assistant and core trainer. Didi, with the sweetness of your voice, please offer our heartfelt prayers at the lotus feet of Bhagavan, a final garland woven with devotion. Jai Shri Krishna Didi.
जय श्री कृष्ण दीदी योगेशं सच्चिदानन्दो वासुदेवं व्रजप्रियं धर्मसंस्थापकं वीरं कृष्णौ वन्दे जगद्गुरुं श्रीकृष्णौ वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्
Didi, your beautiful prayer has resonated deeply within the chambers of our being. Thank you very much. Finally, with the hearts of full respect, let us acknowledge and thank the silent architects of this gathering, our dedicated organizers, our invaluable technical assistant Deepak Gupta Bhaiya ji, our most honorable Vivechak Shraddha ji Raodeo Didi, our question and answer session who addressed our question and answer session, Janhavi ji Dekhane Didi, and each and every one of you, the inquisitive seekers of truth, whose presence makes this assembly very luminous. Om Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Thank you very much. Jai Shri Krishna. And now let us collectively uplift our voices in the sacred verses of Shri Hanuman Chalisa, letting its power fill the space, hallowing the sacred confluence with grace and blessings of Lord Hanuman. Jai Shri Krishna.
श्री
गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुर सुधारी बरन रघुबर बिमल जसु जो दायक फलचारी बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि करहु कलेस विकार जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा गानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र औ ध्वजा विराजे कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजय शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीतामन वसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सिंहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर सहारे रामचंद्र के काज सवारे लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुवीर हर्षि उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरत ही समभाई सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावै अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावै सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा जम कुबेर दिगपाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीना तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना जुग सहस्र योजन पर भानु लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानू प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाहि दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज समारो आपै तीनों लोक हाकते कापै भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवै महावीर जब नाम सुनावै नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावै मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावै सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा जिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावै सोई अमित जीवन फल पावै चारों जुग प्रताप तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे अष्ट सिद्धि नो निधि के दाता असबर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावै जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावै अंत काल रघुवर पुर जाई जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई और देवता चित्तन धरई हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई संकट कटई मिटई सब पीरा जो सुमिरई हनुमत बल बीरा जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई जो सत बार पाठ कर गोई छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई जो यह पढ़ हनुमान चालीसा होय सिद्धि साखी गौरी सा तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा की जय नाथ हृदय महडेरा पवन तनय संकट हरन मंगल मूर्ति रूप राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सुर भूप सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय
Manasutta Hanuman ki jai. Thank you,
Jai
Manasutta
Shri
Didi,
Krishna
for
to
your
all the
speech
sadhakas.
anchoring also. Thank you so much. Deepak Bhaiya, thank you, Manasutta Didi. Thank you, everyone. Jai Shri Krishna.
दीदी बोलिए म्यूट हो गए आप बेटा आप
Manasutta Didi.
Ji. Thank you so much to all the sadhakas for attending this weekly interpretation session. We shall see you next week. Thank you so much. Jai Shri Krishna.
जय श्री कृष्ण